So, coming to you live on release. That means it's live when it came out after being not live. It's not live actually. I haven't figured out how to podcast this yet. I will though. I mean, anyhow. Apparently, here's a synopsis of the war. I survived. Thanks to the donations of that one player. I forgot his name. He's in there somewhere. He's in my record somewhere. He gave us a shitload of soldiers, a ton of peacekeepers who sent to our province, and a ton of gold. And I was able to just keep on building up the defenses, building up the forts and stuff, and just hopefully, just praying that I keep just one step ahead of that one player fuck nuts hold. I was able to just defend myself, basically. However, that one player from A8, the Monarch from A8, just totally landlusted me multiple times and knocked down my honor points and knocked down my land. But hey, at least it wasn't fuck nuts hold, right? So we are going to go back into the kingdom of Tegan Gaming. I'm not sure if it would be called Tegan Gaming. Under the 100th age, the mythical 100th age of Utopia. Woo! You guys made it to 100th age. Roughly the same amount of players from last time, 1,600 players. 1,600 players. So hopefully, we're playing for real now. So we're not team killing or anything like that. I was team killing, but yeah, I think I like this kingdom. We're going to go for a kaiju theme. So I will be calling myself Shumagorev. Named after the Elder God. No. The Marvel version of Elder God. If you played the arcade games in the 90s, the X-Men versus Capcom, the fighting games of the combat games of the 90s, XCOM versus Marvel or something like that. You'll know that one of the characters you can play is Shumagorev. Actually, Shumagorev has been very reduced to human 1 meter size instead of being this gigantic interdimensional overlord Galacticus-looking hentai tentacle-looking being that can wrap its tentacles around the whole entire circumference of the planet Earth. Hence, I would think that Cthulhu would have got his ass kicked because he's just in the ocean, right? He's just the whole entirety of the city, the whole diameter of the city, Raleigh, under the Pacific, I believe it was, being awoken by our atomic testing. French Polynesia. I think it was just the French Polynesians. And no, radioactivity will not turn a Komodo dragon into Godzilla. It doesn't work that way. What Godzilla would do is what the Komodo dragon would do is go. Maybe the mutations is a methylinization of radioactivity, poisons we eat, chemicals we drink, the shit we breathe in. We're wearing chemicals right now, so polyester / cotton, 50-50, right? And this is actually putting blockages on our DNA pairing sequence thingy. You got one strand of DNA from the mom, one strand of DNA from the dad, XYs or XXs, and then they all bond together. And then spelling the word Gattaca. Or all those pairing codes. And no, it will not reach to the moon. The billions and billions of coding pairs will not reach the moon. Maybe if you print it out on an old-fashioned long paper, but no, it doesn't work that way. They're nanoprobes. What it does have is gigabytes, metabytes, yottabytes worth of genetic data since your ancestors. I mean, you are you. You have lots of you. You are built up from your ancestors' ancestral DNA. And I don't know if it's my grandpa's body or if I'm hosting my grandpa's body, neo grandpa's body, or neo dad's body. That's what we're looking like. That being said, what happens is over the years, through stress, especially through stress hormones, or born with it, unfortunately, we inherit our quote unquote we inherit our parents' demons. This is what it's referring to. Is that methylation blocks off these coding pairs, and then what happens is a bunch of crazy shit happens in the body. For example, we age. Our bones don't. Our cells don't divide properly, giving us strong bones. Our bones turn into old man bones. You know, when you're 40 and when you're in your 30s, you start cracking and snapping, all sorts of things. Your age, your skin grows. You got if you're female, you get if you're aged, you get all this out here. To get around that is that you chubby yourself up. I'm young forever. No, this is big blob of stem cells, right? That collagen. It's a big bunch of stem cells, and somehow Asians have evolved this. I don't want to get a whole thing of race, so I won't do that. But if I start losing a lot of weight, then I start getting all skeletal again, and I actually have to lose a lot of weight because my wife says so, and I want to fit my wedding gear. But that's how it is. And what you do is you keep yourself healthy, keep yourself building more flesh so that it doesn't dissolve as much. So it takes longer over the years for you to dissolve into an old man, old person. Eat well, shave. I've been shaving all my life. I don't know. I just don't like that. I just don't like the feeling of gooey hair. Of course, you start losing stuff genetically. You start losing stuff up here, and that's how it is. And that's just because it's methanization. So, if anything, those radioactive goo from the French nuke bombs will actually blow up. Will actually either fry the Komodo dragon like a microwave into a crispy crisp, into a delicious crispy crisp, or as you can see on Terminator, the Terminator movies, when Sarah Connors is flailing around, and all the Los Angeles people and all the moms and the kids in the park were horrifically burnt to death. You can actually hear the screams in that movie. That's actually a nuclear bomb. Kidding. So nuclear bombs are not good, and that's actually a kiloton of nuclear bomb. We are a megaton, and I'm going to presume that we're going to go from mega. I mean, I don't think we ever gone past megaton after the Russian Tsar bomb, the Russian king of all bombs, SARS, which is a fucking huge crater. So that's that being said, most likely underneath the ocean is Cthulhu, right? And that's what we're gonna go for. Is this Cthulhian Lovecraftian hentai tentacle kind of kaiju theme. So anyways, I survived the war. I don't know what else I'll play as. I seem to be playing very well as a attacker now, because I actually learned how to. I was actually building my province up to attack someone. So I may be eager to try that experiment again. I think I'll play as a humans. Maybe I'll play as a human province, the humans, or maybe I'll play as a. Because the reason why I picked avian is because they fly, right? They're a bunch of a bird. They're Birdman from the movie Birdman. It's actually a pretty good movie. It was I don't know if it all won an Oscar or not. Or Birdman from what's that? Rick and Morty. The Rick and Morty or something like that. You play as a bird-like characters, and I'm gonna pretend that you're Thoth, the Egyptian bird, griffin-looking dude. God, I'm gonna presume that's what we are. So then they don't have horses, right? They can just go woo, paratroop up or paratrooper down, and then fly back up. And then you cut off speed. I choose that for that rapid attack team, and I just didn't have enough attack points. I would have because I migrated over to Tegan Gaming, and I also team killed a lot. I actually team killed multiple players before going to Tegan Gaming. Then I remembered Tegan Gaming. So we might be building a classical utopian kingdom. We may have the buddings of a new utopian kingdom. Some players come and go. Hopefully we're able to get ourselves up to. We actually did pretty well for a mid-sized kingdom. Now that's just returning back to Utopia. I see that we have finally got the Genesis round up and running, so maybe I'll do some team killing there while we wait for this age to this new age of the 100th age of to come online here. Let's see here. I go here, and put myself back in. I should have a an invite. Maybe they're still calculating, and but in the meantime, let's start a team killing round here. And oddly enough, this is also 100 World of Legend Age. Oh, testing World of Legend Age 100 final changes. Okay, Genesis. So it's up here. So let's enter Genesis here, and let's start a new age. I'll start a new series, but this is goodbye to the old. San Bernadino 51. It actually was a successful kingdom. I didn't get team killed. I didn't get raised. I didn't team kill myself. I actually won a couple battles. Actually, remarkably. So that being said, it was fun playing as San Bernadino 51, and this will be one of our last recorded channels of Screencast-O-Matic, because it's coming to a renewal period right now, and I'm not going to renew it. I need to find a screen capture program that will actually capture YouTube videos. Maybe I'll capture do another last round of capturing DS9 clips. Maybe fill out the missing ones from Fuller House to kind of offset the missing things there. I kind of missed out on iZombie. It's not on Netflix anymore, and I think How I Met Your Mother is not on Netflix anymore. Other than that, a bunch of junky, crappy Netflix shows are on. The golden age of Netflix is over. I mean, the whole novelty, the whole novelty of a independent independent studio that was actually producing good shows using classical actors and actresses who are on the edge of their, or at the end of their careers, or trying to extend the twilight of their careers. I think of it as Indian Summer, and Indian Summer is the last embers of a really magical summer, a really magical spring that you had. The fall time. You collect all the what's left of the unstored food. Now we don't have that. Now we don't have that. Everything's off the supermarket, but unstored food that you grew in the garden. Maybe one last catch of the fish. Our lake here has the last fish, so the last of the fall jackets wearing, and then the next week or so, the snow hits, and everything recharges. The water comes back. The leaves turn themselves into mulch. Don't rake them. Rake them. Well, you should rake them, but rake them during the last of the spring, because they are mulch. They are what's left of the mulch, anyways. And then you rake the last of the spring, and then you put it in the compost bin. So that's it. That's pretty much the last of their world. And Utopia itself is dying out. So it's like I said, it's only 1,600 players last round. 1660 is how low it went, and then it went back up to maybe 1670, 1,670 players. So it's slowly getting there. So maybe this will be the last. Like I said, it's the last of the screencast videos. So I'll find a new. I also try to kind of learn how to make a more increase the frame rate too. Okay, so thank you for watching our show. This is San Bernadino 50 signing off, and San Bernadino 50. Okay, 51. So like I explained, there was a referendum by the people that the residents of that particular county in the States, this west of Los Angeles County, and they're kind of dismayed that I love liberalism. I love progressive liberalism, but this is too much too fast. So we need to slowly implement these freedoms. Don't quote me on don't ask me about the whole LGBTQ. I'm supportive of the LGBTQ2S community. So, but there are some issues that need to be worked out. I mean, I'm a big supporter of Canada's MAID legislature. I am, actually, I'm considering MAID if if my life doesn't change. But there are people who really need it, and there's some people who don't. And if you don't, okay, basically, if you don't want to, then don't do it. You know, that kind of thing. As for gay marriage and stuff, it's a wonderful democratic thing. And I'm actually a Catholic saying this actually, so I'm a free thinking Catholic. Let's just put it that way. What else can I say? Yeah. So San Bernardino 50 is might become the first state of America. In fact, there are successionist movements in the state of Oregon itself, East Oregon, that wants to kind of merge with Idaho to create this huge Idaho state, and might give Idaho a land connection to the Pacific. That'll leave the northwest corner of Oregon as the last remaining rough state of Oregon. If that's the case, then one would want to just merge into a Portland or Washington state actually, and then you actually have 49 states actually. You actually go back in time, and then maybe San Bernardino might be 51. There's also the state of Washington, state of Jefferson, which is the first three northern North Californian counties, and the southernmost states of Oregon, and you want to form Jefferson State, but who knows? Maybe Idaho beat you to it and got amalgamated you. Some other states, some other territories. In fact, some Alaskans actually want to join the Yukon. So it'll be a very interesting 50 years actually. Maybe Canada might not exist as a country. Maybe Western Canada might form their own country. Maybe Quebec might form their own country. Might be autonomous regions too. We might gain our own parliament. That's yeah, sure. And okay. So maybe yeah. Thank you. Okay. So maybe but as for me, the only state I'm interested in is in my own suburban house. Trying to turn it as ecological as possible. I love suburbia. I love living out here in the burbs. But of course, it's ecologically unfriendly, so I'll try to offset as being as ecologically friendly as possible. Like blowing my nose with a handkerchief instead of Kleenexes. Very, very ecological. Okay, so I don't know what I'll call myself. I don't know what state of okay, maybe I'll speak the orcs and just smashy. Maybe I'll just play with more finesse. Maybe I'll play the fairies as being a rogue, or maybe I'll just be the undead zombies. You know, I never played as humans before. Dwarves I don't really like because they don't seem to have good defense or offense. Which is strange as fuck, because I thought the dwarves were a bunch of Viking-going warriors with they always depicted as inventors with bazookas and super armor and power armor and all that shit. Like you know. Oh yeah. Okay.
careful.
Yeah. Like you get this orc with, like this orc decked out in super armor, power armor from Lord of the Rings. He's got all his axes like Gimli. Gimli with a bazooka. That would be funny as hell. And for example, if you play Myth 3, if you play the Myth games, the Myth 3 games, or Myth games, yeah, by Bungie Software before they went power armor with all in with power armor and Halo. They actually made some pretty good magic games, and you can actually command like okay, Myth 3 is that you're given an army, but like Warhammer, you're stuck with that army. It's like a squad. It's like you cannot just spam and produce soldiers like out of your village and stuff. So maybe you're stuck with 5 soldiers, right? Or 5 super soldiers, or 5 really well trained soldiers, and you gotta keep them alive. Permission. They actually come back permission, and they actually bring with them their experience points. The more they kill, the more they survive. The more they kill, the faster and harder they get, and the more more HP they get. Or maybe I guess they have the same amount of HP, but if they attack the enemies first, so you have to really be smart about it. And it's like you're leading a small squad of our warriors, and that's really cool. And dwarves and that they're throwing these Molotov cocktails, right? And the Molotov cocktail has a chance of blowing itself out, and you gotta be very fucking careful because the dwarves themselves carry Allahu Akbar suicide bombs on them. But they snatchers that they can actually place and lead an ambush. You can actually place that and lead a really big ambush to kill a bunch of enemies. So it's best to kind of and of course when the dwarves when they gain experience because they're pretty much artillery in the game. They can actually throw their Molotovs farther with greater accuracy and faster too. So, but eventually the dwarves that alert. You can also have dwarves who carry rifles too, like really primitive blunderbuss rifles or mortars themselves, and they're decked out like in World War I helmets, that kind of thing. And but if they get hit by a bomb, their own Molotovs. Say, for example, you're not paying attention and you move too close into their artillery range, then you'll get fucked up by your own bombs. Or if they actually drop their own Molotov and it doesn't blow up, and then you throw a lit one, it'll blow up the old Molotov plus whatever bombs are around it. So you gotta be very careful not to chain react and. It's really hard to play Iron Man. You can also have friendly fire in that game too. So, if you're crazy enough to walk to wander your own knights or something, swordsmen into a line of archers, then you gotta get blasted. They're on the head. So there's a frustration there, and but it's also so you have to pretty much use your forces very creatively in that game. And again, you can't replenish your troopers. You can get reinforcements if that level has some reinforcements. If you're lucky enough to reach reinforcements, then keep those alive too, and then they gain experience. So I might choose dwarves actually, just for the hell of it, or I might just choose the bruiser orcs and just go Hulk smash on my enemy. Hulk smash. Some races suck at magic. Some races don't have a particular repertoire of spells. All races have defense spells. So, fairies have greater protection and minor protection. It also goes according to your own personality too. So, I might decide to just be the banker, the banker of the main supporter. Of the war effort. I'm just like spamming. My province is well defended. I'm spamming more and more resources such as gold, soldiers, runes, and stuff, and just passing them out to people if they see it. I don't know. Or maybe I could just go as rogue and just go become a rogue and go pyro. Just burn down the homes of my enemies and just totally fuck them up that way. I love how as a rogue player you can do propaganda campaigns to kind of convince their people to join some of a small fraction of their people to recruit in your own province. They'll de-empower them, but I don't want to do that. It's also greater assassination. You can actually target. When you do greater assassination, you can actually target the wizards, or you can actually target the soldiers. Let's do assassination again with greater arson. You can actually target whichever building it is, and it's a whole craziness of thieves. And plus, you get more bonuses to success in the thieves. You can play as paladin. I picked paladin again because it increases your return speed faster. And I want to just go in as a rapid. Just want to go in as a rapid attack force. Go in, go out. Basically hit and run, do some guerrilla tactics, and it actually seemed to have worked. I am. If the main bruiser attacks people, then I go and hit and run and kick them when they're down, so they can't really, and then come back before they can retaliate. Before they can retaliate and get revenge on me, or retaliate and attack against the main target. The bruiser. So there's a whole bunch of tactics I can use. Well, we're gonna come to an end. Thank you to San Bernadino 51. It was actually pretty fun. This is Gogan signing off, or WikiWoo signing off. Thank you for watching our show. We're gonna be right back. Peace out.